Hi, welcome to Cocina de Trujillo. We are back. Today we are going to be making mole with chicken mole. I'm not going to be making just the sauce. I'm going to be making the mole with the shredded chicken in it. So I'm going to show you how I prepare my mole. And today we are going to be having it for breakfast because it's breakfast here in Oklahoma, breakfast time. And so I will show you how I'm going to be serving it. Okay. So we are going to start off with, I normally purchase the Doña Maria mole. And this is what it looks like. Okay. And so there are different types of mole. I know there's the sweet mole, there's the green mole, but this is the one that I prefer, the mole Mexican sauce. Okay, and again, I'll show this to you so that you can know. And I find it in the Mexican aisle. I don't know. Is that what it's called, the Mexican aisle?
Hispanic aisle.
Hispanic aisle? Okay. I always talk about my daughter, right? She's here today. She's going to be learning live today. So anyway, she's here today joining me while we do this mole today. So anyway, that is where you're going to find it. Okay. I already started the process with the chicken. I've already boiled 4 chicken breasts, and I boiled it in a pot like this, full, because I'm going to need the broth to make my mole. Okay, that's very important that you use your broth because it gives it a really good taste. And so I started off with a 4 chicken breast, and in my while I was cooking it, I added a 1/4 of onion and a tablespoon of garlic so that it could boil in there, and then I added 2 pinches of salt. Okay, and so that was perfect. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. And so I am going to bring my chicken over here because I am going to shred it. And you can either shred it, cut it, whatever you choose. I'm not gonna shred it. I'm gonna chop it up because I feel like I can get it really, really fine. Okay, so it's still pretty hot. I did chicken flautas on video. You will find that on my YouTube channel under Mila Gutierrez Trujillo. But I had seen on another person that was cooking, they shredded their chicken with a mixer. And so I did it also, and it works. It really does, but if you see my video, you see chicken flying everywhere. It's kind of funny, like, ugh. I had chicken in my orejas and everything. Just kidding, I didn't. I didn't. But it was everywhere. You could see chicken flying everywhere. But you know what? It works. I think if I had like a deeper bowl to mix, you wouldn't have it everywhere, or maybe like over the sink so that if it flies, it doesn't go anywhere. But anyway, hope y'all are doing good today. So I'll show you here how. Now with this sauce here, okay, you could add your chicken to the sauce, or there's another way you can do it. You can grill your chicken. You can grill it on your grill or prepare it, season it, bake it, whichever way you'd like to prepare your chicken. Then I'm going to show you how to make the sauce, and then you can just pour it over your chicken. That is really good too, okay? But we like the chicken in our mole, or we're going to eat it like that today. So okay, so it's cut pretty good. I don't want it too small, I mean, but so this is how it looks, if you guys can see here. It's not too small, but it's still small enough for, you know, if you go to get a bite, you're gonna get a good little chunk in every chunk of chicken in every bite. Okay, that's all I did. So once I do that, I'm gonna bring back my pot. Let me move my camera over here. Okay, and so I'm gonna use the same pot that I used to boil my chicken. I'm going to set it at a 8. My chicken broth is still pretty hot, okay, so it's not gonna take long to heat up. And then we are going to start with, and so with this process, I'm gonna share with you. We're gonna do this together. I've always been like, I just pour it in, and I pour my mole, and then according to the consistency of the mole and how thick I want it or how runny I want it, that's when I stop with the chicken broth. And I'll show you what I'm talking about there, okay? So let me open my mole first so that I have that ready to go. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So I am going to add, bring my chicken broth over here. Okay, let's see. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm going to start off with 7 cups of chicken broth, just to start off with. I could use my knife here, the same one. Okay, and so what you're going to do is you're just going to pour your mole in there. And this is, it's really packed in there. Okay, so you're gonna have to use your knife or spoon, whatever you want to use to get it out. And be careful, because the broth is hot, and when it splashes, it could burn you, because it burned me. So once you start doing that, if your chicken broth is already hot, bring it down to a low heat, okay, because it's going to be a process for you to, it needs to be low, because you're going to have to be mashing the mole to dissolve in the broth, and you don't want it hot. I mean, really boiling hot. You want that to, you need to take your time on that, okay? Okay, so there is that. Again, we started off with 7 cups of broth, chicken broth. I'm gonna get my masher, okay? And I'm just going to start dissolving the mole in there, because it's chunky. Okay, and I just want to go in there and dissolve it to where it's all dissolved. There's no chunks in there. And I will tell you that right now 7 cups is probably going to be Again, start with less, okay? It's better for you to start with less broth because that way you can add more juice to it. Because if you add too much juice, then there's nothing you can do at that point, right? But if you add slow, just so that you can see how thick you want your mole, then you can do that. It is going to thicken up once it comes to a boil, okay? So, and the reason I was saying if your broth is hot, it's going to be easier for your mole to dissolve, okay? If it's cold, it just takes a little longer, but like mine, it was already hot, and so it's already dissolved pretty good. I could still feel some chunks in there. And so the jar already has all the ingredients for your mole. I think the only thing you're gonna have to add, if anything, is gonna be salt. And that's gonna be to your tasting, so I won't tell you how much salt to add, because that'll be to your tasting. Okay. And so, as I'm stirring the bottom, if I pick up my masher and see there's still like little pieces in there, that means I still need to continue. Okay, make sure you get it all, because you don't want your mole to have chunks in there. And as I'm stirring, I can feel the mole at the bottom. I still have chunks. What do you call this? A masher, a smasher, a squisher? What do you call it?
A smasher.
A smasher? Quién sabe, but we're just gonna name it masher. Smasher. I don't know.
Is it a smasher?
I don't know. We're gonna name our utensils, our cooking utensils. Okay. I don't feel anything down there anymore, so I'm gonna check to see here. Then once everything's dissolved, now I'm gonna bring my heat up to a 5. Okay. Might want to ask them to go buy more eggs. I don't think we have enough. I think we only have 6. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, that's a really good. I would say that's a really good consistency, the thickness of the mole. I like that. Okay. Again, I use 7 for that little jar, okay? If you think maybe you might want it a little bit thicker, start off with 5. Mix it, and if it's too thick, then add more broth, okay? That'll get you what you like. Okay? And I'm gonna taste this to see. That is a perfect consistency right there. Perfect amount of broth to my mole. But I am going to add some salt, and I'm going to add 2 pinches of salt. Okay? That's what I'm going to add. And I'm going to get another spoon because I don't want to use the one that I just... Oh, yeah. And as I brought up my heat, I can feel it already thickening up. Okay? And so, oh yeah. Okay. So this is the other part that I want you to take note of. Is I'm going to put this here. Let me get my spoon holder here so that we can put this here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring this over because I want you to see what this looks like, okay? I don't know. I don't want it to fog up here, but this is what it looks like. And then here is my mole, and it's a thickness. It's thick, but it's not. Oh, see, you see what I found here? I found a big chunk, okay? So maybe get a spoon and then run it through there to make sure that you don't have what I just found. I'm glad I did that so you guys can see how Even sometimes when we think that we got it all, we don't, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna stir a little bit more because I do not want the big chunks in there. Okay. All right. So now on adding the chicken, okay? Even though I cut 4 chicken breasts, I cooked them, doesn't mean I'm just gonna pour it in there, okay? Because it might be too much chicken. You don't want too much chicken in there for your mole, because then it's just gonna be like a dry, it's not gonna have it's not gonna soak it up, okay? So I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to add the amount of chicken cups that I'm going to add. Okay? That way y'all know and have a better idea than me just scooping them in there. Okay? So let's start counting. So there's 1 cup. Two. 3. Oh yeah, still plenty more. 3. 4. And it may be the 4 chicken breasts, perfect amount. I probably did the perfect amount. Sometimes chicken breasts are a little big, and so I don't put them all in there because I want there to be enough chicken in there, but then I don't want also it to be too dry. What is this? The 4th cup?
Mm-hmm. No, it's 5th cup.
This is 5th cup. Okay.
I thought you used 5 chicken breasts. You only used 4?
Uh-huh. So that's 5, and that's really good. There's still a lot of juice in here, so I'm going to add another. Yeah, there was only 4 chicken breasts that I used. And you know what, guys? It's going to be that. It's going to be 5 chicken breasts. Exactly.
I did 4.
I'm sorry. I'm confusing myself because I'm counting the cups and the chicken breasts. Let me clarify that. It was 4 chicken breasts, okay? And I've used it all up. I scooped it all up. So that's a perfect amount, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. This is perfect. Okay. Because what I have in here, in every scoop that they're going to get, they're going to have a lot of chicken, but yet there's still that juice, juice to smother your eggs or your rice, frijolitos. Oh, you can have mole in so many different ways. But today, normally, like if I was going to serve it in the evening for dinner, I would make some arroz, some Spanish rice. But since we're going to be having it for breakfast, we're going to have it over eggs. And that is pretty yummy too. I meant to get up and make some fresh tortillas, but I didn't. Maybe I could whoop some up really fast. Oh, my family would love that. They'd love me even more, I think. Bueno. So now, my daughter laughs at me all the time. Bueno, look, this is how it looks. See that? And it's just, there's still juice. If I want just juice, I can have some, or if I want chicken, I can get that too. I think that's a perfect amount. 4 chicken breast for the can of the mole that I did. And so now what you're going to do is I had it at a 5 while I was doing that process. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it at a 5 till it comes to a boil. And then once it comes to a boil, then it's done. That's it. You just leave it. So on a 5, and try to find my tapa, my lid. Here we go. So there we go. It's at a 5. It's not going to take very long. I could already see it starting to bubble. So it's not going to take very long for it to come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, then that's it. I'm going to put it on warm while I make my blanquillos. And then I will show you how I'm going to serve it over your eggs. Okay? Actually, you know what? I'm using a different form of technology, and I don't know how to pause my phone. So I'm going to go ahead and put it here while it comes to a boil, because like I said, it's not going to take very long. And then I'm just going to start making the eggs so that my family can start eating and enjoying this process. Okay, so I'm going to move that over. Again, still leaving it at a 5 so it could come to a boil. And then I'm going to make my blanquillos, my eggs. I'm going to take out my comal. For those of you that have been following my channel, we've been learning some words in Spanish. Comal is griddle. And so I'm going to turn on my comal so that we can warm up some corn tortillas. Where?
It's on the quick trip.
Okay. Okay. So let's make our blanquillos. We have a friend that actually he's a teacher. We work at our school together, and he brought me some fresh eggs, and so I've been excited to, in the mornings when I eat my breakfast, to have fresh eggs. I just feel like they have a better flavor.
You about to eat some?
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Okay. Okay. Bree, can you close that door, please? Thank you. Oh yeah, that looks good. This is not sweet mole, okay? This is not sweet mole. It has a spicy taste to it. Okay, remember earlier I said that when you go to the store, you can buy different types of mole. There is a sweet mole, I believe, that you can buy. There's also the green that you can also purchase, but this is our favorite. So. Add a little bit of salt to my eggs. Well, Bree, what do you think? Was it hard to do?
No.
No, not at all, huh?
Easy.
Very quick meal, guys. Very, very, very quick meal. If you want to whip something up really fast, I mean, how long does it take normally for chicken to boil? Not very long. And then, I mean, just pouring it in there, mixing it. I would say this is easily a 1 hour meal. I mean, between boiling your chicken and putting it together, and you know, start your rice before you start your mole. leave your rice cooking and then finish your rice or your mole, and bam, by the time your mole is done, your rice is done, and bam, you have a fast, easy meal, right? We're all about something fast because I feel like life is so busy. I mean, not lately, but this already came to a boil. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just leave it on warm now because it's done. It's cooked. The reason you want it to come to a boil is so that, and leave it there for a while, is so that the chicken can get, all the chicken can absorb the mole, okay? Okay. And so, I'm gonna show you. Oh, I busted it. Do you guys hate when you bust your blanquillos? I do, and I busted this. It was so pretty until the very end. Makes me mad. Okay, but anyway, así se va, because that's where it's gonna go. This is what I'm also gonna, this is how I'm gonna serve it as well, okay? I'm going to fry up some tortillas, just because I'm gonna put my tortilla, I'm gonna put one on the bottom, and then I'm going to smother it with mole, and then I'm gonna put my eggs on top, put another tortilla, and then smother that with mole. That's how I'm gonna serve my breakfast. You could just serve it just like that on the side with your eggs, but kind of like a style of huevos rancheros, but with mole. That's what I'm gonna do here. Okay. This needs to be up higher so it could really fry up my tortilla. The smell of this mole, it smells so good. Really good. Again, you can do it a different style, but if you want to do it the way I told you earlier, the way I did my mole, just, before adding the chicken, you could just leave it like that. That's your sauce. Okay, that would be your sauce. Just leave it to boil again so that it could thicken a little bit. And then once it thickens, then you're done. Then you can just serve it on the side. They could serve it on the side. You could pour it or smother your chicken a different way, and that would also be really good. Baked chicken with the mole like that. Especially if you have a family, that doesn't, one of our daughters doesn't eat spicy stuff, so I'm gonna have to make something else for her, which I'm gonna make entomatadas. How many of you have eaten entomatadas before? Well, I'm gonna make a video, so I'll show you. That's coming up, so I'm gonna have to make that for her. Okay, so here's my tortilla. Okay, I'm gonna put some mole on it. Oh goodness, this is really good. I'm gonna turn it off because it's ready to go. And I'm gonna smother it with mole. Okay, then I'm gonna put my eggs. My eggs over. Okay, so I have my my tortilla, my mole, my eggs. And then here's my other tortilla. Too low. I'm going to put my other tortilla on top. And then I'm going to smother this with mole. And that is how I'm going to serve this meal here. Let me show you here. Válgame, where am I? Here I am. Okay, there is my mole smothered with an egg. And so there it is. Okay, all right. Well, it was very easy, very simple. I hope this meal brings joy. Actually, I'm going to bring my husband so he can taste it, okay? Because he always likes to taste on video. But you know what, guys? I'm going to make another egg so I could put it on top. Because remember I told you? I don't even know why I'm whispering. He's not even in here. I busted it. And so that way I can... The yolk with mole, oh, I feel like it's good. The runny yolk. So I'm going to make him another egg and then put it on top. Just so that he don't get gypped from yolk. Is that a thing, Bree? Yeah.
I don't like being gypped on my yolk.
If you like yolk, it gets busted, I kind of feel like you get gypped, ¿verdad? So we're not gonna gyp them.
Not today.
Not today, anyway. Not today, not today. I thank you guys for those of you watching my videos. I've enjoyed your comments, positive comments, and negative también. I mean, if I need to learn something, I need to learn something, right? If I need to better myself in something, also, I welcome everything. What I take internally is another story, but I'll take them all. I'll take it all. Overall, it's been really great. Really, really great. Bueno. Ahí tienen. Here is the meal. Okay. Mole with eggs and a tortilla, a couple of tortillas on the bottom. And that's how I'm going to serve it. Okay, let me have him come in here. I'm going to start on some other eggs. So... Okay, so here comes my spouse. He's usually my taster, right? So, you want to get you a fork? So the way you're going to be having your breakfast today is going to be, come over here so they can see you, is going to be, I put a tortilla on the bottom. I fried your tortilla. I smothered it with mole, and then I put 2 eggs. I busted one, so I gave you another one, not to cheat you from your yolk. Egg. Yeah. And then I put another tortilla, smothered it, and then I put an egg on top for dripping you on your yolk on the other one.
Right.
Okay.
So now I gotta taste it?
So now you gotta taste it. I don't know if you want to put it down or... Okay. Okay, let me know what you think. Pretty good? Okay. Well, thank you for watching. Again, I hope you bring this brings joy, smiles to your table, the way it brought to my husband. So have a great day, and we will see you soon.